Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or afternoon, or evening, depending on what time of day you're watching this video. Thank you so much, and I hope you're having a blessed day. It's me, Mikey Pipes.
Peter Piper.
With Peter Piper, +1. Oh, there is a speed camera here, and let me slow the F down. Otherwise, the city of New York camera tickets are gonna get me. They're gonna get me, and I got one yesterday, actually. Well, I got one in the mail yesterday, and it really sucks. $50 ticket. $50 ticket for doing 36 in a 25. Oh. Tell me that's not jacked up.
That's retarded.
And I can understand if they're trying to promote safety. Mm-hmm. I can really understand that, but when they're everywhere, it's a money grab.
Yeah.
It's a money grab, and I gotta tell you, when you had different government in the New York City administration.
Yeah.
New York City was a wealthy 5 boroughs. They were, but then you have these, I don't know, whatever. Let's not talk about politics, because I made a New Year's resolution, Peter.
Oh,
look at this F nut. Learn how to effing drive, you dumb moron. You effing moron. Probably don't even have a license, driving an Uber. Anyway, I made a New Year's resolution. And the New Year's resolution is I'm going to try to refrain from talking about politics on the... Oh, shit. I just went through that camera. Doing like 40. Oh, man. Oh, got me again. Damn it. We're going to have a line item on the next bill. Camera surcharge. By the way, speaking of surcharges, I got sodomized yesterday, Peter.
What happened?
I'm going to tell you what happened. I got sodomized. Yesterday, I am heading into Atlantic Beach for a client, and I took some video of it with Frankie 2 times. It was a mess of zone valve wiring, but we had a defective zone valve. Anyway, I go to the Atlantic Beach Bridge toll booth, right? Because it's the only quote-unquote Nassau County bridge authority, right? There's only one bridge under this authority, right? And instead of being $2, it's now $8. Yeah, $8 toll. Yes. So what used to cost $4 round trip is now $16 round trip. So I added a line item charge for toll charge of $16. I was gonna make it 20, but then my wife started yelling at me, so it's 16. All right, so we're on our way to our service call right now. It's in Richmond Hill, aka South Ozone Park, Queens. I don't normally go west of the Van Wyck, which is where we're going now. But since Frankie two times lives in Canarsie, he's gonna end up taking a truck home. And I also started to venture out into Brooklyn. We haven't done it yet because the truck's not outfitted yet. We might as well. And plus, the gentleman we're going to is a YouTube subscriber, and we have maintenance agreements on his boilers at home. He's a 2-family house. We have both boilers there. So let's head on to the Van Wyck, into the disaster of traffic that we're about to drive into, and eventually get to this service call, steam boiler, and yeah, hopefully I can educate and entertain at the same time. What do you say, Peter?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's right. Let's do it. In case you're wondering, up there, that is called immense traffic. See, we're gonna fly by all this. Watch this. Look at this. Yep, that's right, baby. That's me flying by all you guys. Look at this. This is, oh shit. Damn. This is a daily occurrence, right? It is basically a standstill, right? And we have delays. It says right there, to Hillside Avenue. Welcome to New York. And regardless of what time of day it is, only during COVID quarantine was this highway empty. It is always traffic here, always. And they built the monorail here, but it's still traffic. So we're gonna get off this exit and we're gonna do the side road shuffle. See, look, as far as the eye could see. Hold on, I can take you in right there. As far as the eye can see, trust me, it's deep. It's deep. All right, guys, that's it for my morning commentary on this video. All right, let me shut my fat trap. We're gonna shoot a little bit of video of Rockaway Boulevard over here in South Ozone Park, just so you guys can reminisce for the expats from New York. So if you want to skip ahead, 15, 20 seconds, knock yourself out. Yep, Peter. Good old South Ozone Park. We're west of the Van Wyck, driving down Rockaway Boulevard.
Oh, this is Rockaway Boulevard.
This is Rockaway Boulevard. We're going to come up to the north side of Resorts World Casino in a bit, I believe. I really believe. But we're going to make a turn onto Linden Boulevard in about 0.3 miles. Yeah, so Resorts World is actually up on the left-hand side in about half a mile. If you look straight ahead, you could see the World Trade Center. They call it the Freedom Tower now, or is it still World Trade Center? I forgot.
It's Freedom.
It's the Freedom Tower. It's dead straight ahead. I don't know if you could barely make it out, but I'll zoom in for you guys. There you have it. I got to turn over to get into the next lane, this right lane here. We're making a turn, but yeah, there's Home Depot, and then right after Home Depot is the north entrance for Resorts World Casino. Yeah, we don't normally come over here that much, but or at all ever. But it's nice. I know you guys like to. There's a lot of viewers that are from New York. A lot of guys are familiar with the Van Wyck, and I just missed the block we're supposed to turn on to. See, there's Resorts World straight over there. See it? That's the first casino in the New York City, right there, the racetrack. Right there, see? Aqueduct. Is he working there? Air balancing? Yeah, see, there it is. So, yeah, a little reminiscent. So let's head to our destination and hopefully not hit any pedestrians because they're worth 50 points, like GTA, like GTA 5. All right, what do we got, Brad? What brand is this? This is a Weil McLain. Look at that. 4-section, steam, natural gas, standing pilot, and we got a recently installed WFE 24 volt automatic water feeder. A little snotty on the soldering. A little snotty on it, but I guess made it work. And we have a number 67 low water cutoff, and which is a 115 volt low water cutoff. So what he installed will never work, because the 110 volt low water cutoff will give a 110 volt signal to the WFE 110, which is what it needs. So let's just take a look at how they even wired this, and we'll see what's going on in here. Crazy. Peter, you know what I say, right? Hacks bring me stacks. She wants a feeder. Bow! Bow! Yep. And we won't take a look at this nice, good stuff right here. Oh, look. Gas Go.
Oh, I know.
It's like Give and Go. Like that gas station, Give and Go in Floral Park. Gas Go. The guy wrote his number on the asbestos. See? That's aerosol. Steam pipe, asbestos insulation. There it is. It's everywhere here. But we're not touching that. So it's good. But someone nicked into that right there. I wonder if the guy who worked on the piping hit his wrench with that right there. What do you think? You want to do some lines? We'll cut up with a razor and look at this, see? What do we have here? This little, that's an antique card right there, right? Wow. Okay, Peter, let's take this cover off. Let's see if I could carefully. Oh, I want this thing right there. It's like 80 years old.
What?
This little piece of paper with the.
I'll risk it. I'll take it off.
Yeah, without cracking the paper, because the paper's dry.
Well, what?
You know, I'm gonna take that off camera so I don't get a OSHA after me. Okay, let's see what we got inside there. Let's see what we have inside there. Let's see. Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. Okay. So, let's take a peek. Then I guess this is not. It's marked as a 115 or 230 volt Unless they're using low voltage wire to make it all work. I wonder. I wonder what's up there. This is not a millivolt system. This is 24 volts going to this gas valve. That is your thermocouple. And that's a standing pilot system. So where is our transformer? So if this is our gas valve,
I think it's
here.
over here, Mike. Isn't
Where?
that the little cubby hole?
Let's take a peek. Oh yeah. Oh, that may be for a doorbell though.
Okay.
That may be for a doorbell. Wow, look at the grounding on the water heater. Wow, that's creative. Sears. All right, back to the boiler. So let's get that non-contact tester first. Let's see. You are with me. Anthony was with me that one time I had 110 volts
Yeah.
at the pressure troll.
And it shocked.
Yeah, it got me. Well, it didn't get me, but
It shocked something.
interesting. So let's see what's going on here. We know that this here. Interesting. So they may be using a 110 volt low at a cutoff, but they're purposing it for 24 volts. The
J, whatever.
Yep, a little offset there. Take a look at where the relief valve is. It's actually on the steam piping. That's a no-no. It needs to be on the boiler. Wow. The boiler's on?
The thermostat is up.
Thermostat's raised up? Okay, so now we have a feed indicator. So it wasn't being told to feed, so it wasn't being told to turn on, so the feeder wasn't getting any power. Now it is. Let's open that valve and see what happens. All right, after a little delay, we're feeding. 2 is on the bank of 4. And to know what that means, we have the inside front cover. Switch position 2 is on, which means I have an initial standby period or dwell period of 60 seconds, an initial feed of 60 seconds, and it'll do 5 cycles. Okay. So we have water now in the boiler, and it's working. However, we have a 110 volt low water cutoff that is running on 24 volts. All right, and that's evident by no voltage of line voltage being present going to it. All right, so we're gonna power cycle the boiler a couple times just to see or rule out if at a call for heat, does the feeder get a signal to turn on? My position, this is not the right low water cutoff for the voltage that the system runs on. It's 110 volt and 240 volt low water cutoff, and it's been working its way for decades.
Yeah.
And they installed that 24 volt, and whatever, it works. But I wouldn't have this in my own house that way. It just magically fell off. It magically fell off.
Yeah.
See? There it is. Let's take a look at this antique. Hang this card as close as possible to the boiler. So important. Make sure to flush your low water cutoff. Oh, I want you to read this, Peter, and we'll just pause it right there and right there. See if you can tell it, say how often. This piece of paper, by the way, is there anything on the back of it?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yes, there is. Look at that. Wow. This little piece of paper, all right, I probably want to put it in a double-sided frame. All right, because you're not going to be able to see this. This is probably worth something too, but we're going to take it from him. Anyway, see if you can see how often to drain. Don't try to bend it, right? We'll have to put this on in a steam room, and it'll, it'll flatten a little bit. But see, back in 1950, how often they wanted you to drain and flush your low water cutoff. It says regularly. So while we're waiting for the thermostat to get off delay, we're just taking a look at this WFE24. And if we take a look at the back part of this, for added convenience and comfort, add the McDonald number 101 electronic water feeder. Electric, sorry. And there's the benefits. Added convenience. The chore of manually adding water to this boiler is taken over completely by an automatic water feeding of the number 101. Added comfort. It adds extra assurance for making up a warm house and minimizes danger of freeze up during a prolonged absence. You run out of water, right? House can freeze. They don't tell you they can flood your house. Automatic operation. The 101 eliminates annoying boiler shutdown caused by slight temporary loss of water in the system and can forestall an unnecessary service call. McDonald and Miller Incorporated in Chicago, Illinois. Look at that. That's crazy. This is pretty epic. So the front cover of the combustion chamber is off, and take a look at that thermocouple. How long ago you said that was changed?
About 2 years ago.
Yeah, you sure there's not a zero after that too? There's so much buildup on the tip of the thermocouple that it looks like it's 20 years old. Wow, look at that. That's crazy. I'm going to take the burners out because we want to change that thermocouple, but check out this cast iron burner. I swear. Yeah, this is like a mini, you can do some damage in the streets of Brooklyn with this thing.
It's like a cricket bat.
Oh.
Never seen that.
But we'll vacuum out that one. And the way to take these out is a little bit of a challenge, but once we take them out, we'll be able to get to the middle burner, which contains the thermocouple and the pilot burner. But you gotta try to lift up the backside just enough to pull it forward. All right. Wow. There that is. Yes. Wow, indeed. Now let's take out. Where is it? Take out our 7/16 and 3/8. Let's take out the. Oh, wrong side. Let's drop the thermocouple, and we're gonna wait for the click of the gas valve. Take a look at the wiring diagram, by the way. See that? All right, so there's 110 volt coming in. Gravity, hot water, and steam. For forced circulation, see printed wiring instructions supplied with the boiler. Weil McLain Company Incorporated, Michigan City, Indiana. Hasn't clicked yet. But the actual, as soon as I removed this, the gas stopped flowing. So, all right, let's loosen up. This is going to be a little bit of a trick. Let's see if I can unspin that thermocouple. Remove 2 screws holding the pilot burner to the burner, and they just like shoved that damn thing in there. Look at that. They rammed it in there. Thermocouple. And that was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Sure about that? You know, we do have a tendency of letting time fly.
Well, that's what I was told.
Ah, yeah. All right, so there is the new pilot burner. The new 3/8 pilot tubing, some nice bends, and the thermocouple. Now Peter's gonna relight the pilot. All right, there's a nice pretty pilot. Look at that. Nice beautiful pilot flame. Nice beautiful pilot tubing. See, a little extra care. It only takes a few extra minutes, but it looks better. It looks nice. Let's put on the front plate, and then we can get to do our combustion and draft analysis. Right, like that. See? Tighten up the screw a little bit there. Just one right there. Okay. Is that on the on position?
Yes.
Good. So let's grab the testo, and we're gonna shove our probe deep inside of her. We made the decision for them. All right. So we don't have a carbonized boiler because we would have carbon present down there. Those pillows of black coal, soft black coal. But let's see if and the oxygen is. Yeah, let's see what we can do about that. All right, we made an adjustment off camera. Certain things I don't show, and that's for liability purposes. If you want to know how to do what I just did, email me, Mike at mikeypipes.com, a picture of your qualifications, such as your license or your training certificates, working with gas equipment, and I'll show you how to do this. Strictly for liability purposes. But now we're at 5.2% of O2. Our carbon monoxide was at over 1100 and climbing, is now at 269 and dropping fast. So far so good. Ain't that right?
That's right.
And remember, if you're an HVAC contractor or in the trades and you need a website, check out footbridgemedia.com. Link in the description box down below. Tell them Mikey Pipes sent you, and they'll take care of me like they're going to take care of you. Only $225 a month. You're going to get a full brand new website from scratch, and they're going to do SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. They're basically going to put you in the yellow pages, right, and give you a nice classified ad that costs tons of money. That way you can be found. It's like a roadmap, right? Check them out, footbridgemedia.com. Link in the description box down below. We're at 5.3 O2, 113, slowly climbing up on the parts per million of carbon monoxide. Stack temperature is very high, 570 degrees. She's burning up. This boiler really should be replaced, but let's see if we can bring this down just a little bit more, because I don't like those numbers. All right, another adjustment has been made. We're making very, very minute adjustments. And our O2 is now 5.8 and climbing. Parts per million of carbon monoxide at 53 and dropping. The goal is under 50. 0 means you have perfect combustion. If you have incomplete combustion, you're going to have carbon monoxide as a result of incomplete combustion. Right now, our stack temperature is slowly still climbing. Our oxygen, though, has improved to 6.2% from 3%, which is kind of like, the thing is starving.
Yeah.
Right? Too much gas being used. And our parts per million of carbon monoxide is 15, 14, 13, and dropping. And look at our gross efficiency of the boiler itself. It's 78.8%. That's only 1.2 away from 80%, which is what it was when it was brand new. Pretty incredible, right?
It's pretty cool.
Pretty incredible. And 9 parts per million of carbon monoxide. All right, final numbers. So there they are, 9. Stack temperature 570, oxygen of 6.2, and a gross efficiency of 78.8%. And they even told them that in 2004 to get rid of this thing. Installed by John Lennon. Gotta love that. All right, so we just finished up this job in Richmond Hill, aka South Ozone Park, and yeah, it was a good job. Replaced the pilot burner tubing, thermocouple. We cycled that boiler by draining it down about 8 times. Lower the cuff is functional every single time, and we left food for thought. Recommendation number 1: replace the boiler. Age justifies replacement. You guys, can call me hack, call me whatever you're gonna call me, but that's the right move to make as a professional. Number 2, if they really want to keep the boiler there, let's retrim it out with all new components. I got the Burnham independent steam trim kit box, and we put that in, and the only thing that's is going to stay is the gas valve. And alternatively, I'll put in a 110 volt lower the cutoff, and I'll wire it with a new 110 volt automatic feeder, and then we'll then that lower the cutoff, which gets line voltage, will power a transformer when there's a water present condition. So that's food for thought. Let me get your thoughts and feedback down in the comment section down below. You saw what I was working with. We have this boiler from the 1960s, Weil McLain, with the asbestos. Yes, it's a given. It's got to get abated by others, right? We made a crazy adjustment on the boiler, though, bringing that astronomical carbon monoxide down and no oxygen remaining, basically, in that flue gas analysis. We raised that up. It's nice, very much nice now. But what you have done differently, and is there a solution? Can I use that number 67 low water cutoff, the float style low water cutoff, on a 24 volt automatic feeder like you saw it wired in the video? I document everything to educate not only myself but also others in the community, especially Peter Piper. Peter Piper. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We're starting off the new year with great service calls, getting things done, because together we're going to make the trades great again. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, be well, God bless, stay safe.